My name is Megan Howard with the Houston Police Department's Tactical Operations Division. This morning at about 11:30 a.m., the SWAT detail received a request to assist. We had notification that an escapee from a local hospital had potentially been located here off of Harwin and Boone.
Can you stop for 1 second, dear? We're not getting you. She can do it again if she needs to.
So patrol had located the male here with some additional information. They quickly collapsed on the location, secured it, requested additional resources, knowing that this male was an escape threat, had a violent tendency, and he potentially had some homemade weapons inside of this location. So SWAT responded along with hostage negotiators. We took our time making sure that we set up a solid perimeter. That way, in the event that he tried to run again, we would have him surrounded. Once we were set up, the negotiators got on the PA system and relatively quickly were able to elicit a response. The male came out of the front door. He bantered back and forth with officers. He even stated that he was going to run. He then maneuvered back and forth along the side of the house, and eventually SWAT did use less lethal munitions. They were able to place him into custody at that point. He continued to mouth off with officers. He said he wasn't going back to jail. And so right now he is in custody. He's going to go back to the hospital so that he can be formally discharged, and then he'll be transported to jail for both the charges that resulted in his arrest last night, and then of course there are going to be pending charges as a result of the incident today. I don't have details at this time. The incident needs to be fully reviewed with the district attorney's office, and that's where we stand right now.
Can you tell us that one more time, since we missed the beginning? Once again.
That's okay. Anybody else real quick?
Was he find any weapons or anything?
No weapons on his person. So he had some minor injuries as a result of the less lethal munitions, but nothing of concern. He's just going back to the hospital to get formally discharged, not as a result of new injuries.
I'm assuming you'll have couple more officers watching at the hospital?
Yes, so obviously he is now a known security threat and an escape threat, so they will certainly have some additional precautions in place.
Can you tell us again,
Yep.
From the top, what took place once he was in there? Where did he take shelter at? Where did he barricade himself?
So there's a small structure, a building that's east of our location here. It's on the north side of the road. We received a call at approximately 11:30 a.m. advising that patrol had potentially located the suspect, that he was inside. A female did come out of the location confirming that he was in there. Patrol established a solid perimeter, requested additional assistance, realizing that he was an escape threat with violent tendencies. We did receive information that there were some potentially homemade weapons inside, like knives and such. So every precaution was taken. SWAT was called out to the scene. We established a solid perimeter, make sure there's no avenue of escape. Hostage negotiators got on the PA system. They were able to elicit a response rather quickly. And he did come out. He bantered back and forth with officers. He even told us he was going to run. He did make an attempt to maneuver, and he appeared to be looking for an avenue of escape. We ultimately used intermediate weapons, less lethal munitions, and were able to place him into custody. He continued to banter with officers even after he was placed in custody, continuing to say that he was not going to jail. But at this point, he's in custody. He's going back to the hospital to be formally discharged, and then from there he'll go to the Joint Processing Center to be processed both for the charges that were filed as a result of last night's incident, and some additional charges should be pending, but I don't have details on exactly which charges at this time.
Gotcha. Can you tell me? Can you tell us specifically what kind of weapons you used to subdue it? Taser, rubber bullets. What was used specifically?
So we did use a taser and a soft impact munition.
To take it, to get it. Okay. And one more time, can you tell me? Even you said he kind of talked to you guys for a minute. Once he came out, what did he say to you guys again?
He made statements to the effect that he was going to run and he was going to escape.
And you said also, he said, I'm not going back. What was the rest of it?
After he was in custody, he said he was not going back to jail.
You think this guy has mental issues? Mental problems?
I don't know what his problem is, why he's making these statements or behaving this way.
Okay.
What was his relation to the female?
I think just an acquaintance, not a close relationship.
Did he live there?
He did not live there.
Do you know what the charges were specifically from last night? What he was charged with last night?
I believe they were burglary and possession of a controlled substance.
Last thing, can you tell me how you guys first encountered the guy last night? What was that on?
I don't have those details. Yep.
Man, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry about that.